Welcome back to Learn English Road. Today, we have a very special video for you. We're going to read an exciting story together, and inside that story, you'll discover 20 powerful English idioms used naturally in context. After the story, we'll break down every single idiom, what it means, how it's used in the story, and how you can use it in your own life. So grab a notebook, stay until the end, and let's get started. And the last-minute legend. Leo Rivera was, without question, the laziest student at Maplewood Academy. Every morning, he would roll out of bed at the very last second, shuffle into class, and spend most of the lesson sitting on the fence, never truly committed to studying or goofing off, just drifting somewhere in between. His teachers had long since thrown in the towel on trying to motivate him. His best friend, Maya, would nudge him awake during lectures and whisper, "Leo, one day this laziness is going to come back to bite you." Leo would just grin and go back to sleep. Then, one autumn morning, the school announced the annual Innovation Challenge, a competition where students had to design and present a solution to a real-world problem. The winner would receive a full scholarship to the city's top summer engineering camp. Most students hit the ground running, diving into research the very same day. Leo, meanwhile, dragged his feet for 2 whole weeks. He told himself he'd start tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next. With only 10 days left before the deadline, Leo finally woke up. Not from his usual nap, but from a sudden, sharp panic. He stared at his blank notebook and realized the clock was against the wall. He had to burn the midnight oil if he stood any chance at all. That night, he stayed up until 2 a.m., researching problems facing his local community. He noticed that elderly residents in his neighborhood struggled to remember to take their daily medications. A small problem, but one that could have serious consequences. Leo's mind began to race. Rather than building something complicated from scratch, he decided to think outside the box. He designed a simple, low-cost, smart pill organizer that used a basic alarm system and color-coded compartments. The device didn't need an app or a smartphone. It worked for anyone. His idea was elegant precisely because it was simple. For the first time in years, Leo was in his element, energized and focused. He worked against the clock every day after school, building a working prototype from spare parts he found in the school's maker lab. Maya watched in amazement. "I never thought I'd see the day," she said. "You used to cut corners on everything. Now look at you." Leo smiled. He knew she was right. He had spent years taking shortcuts. But something about this project made him want to go the extra mile. The night before the competition, disaster struck. Leo accidentally knocked his prototype off the table, and one of the alarm circuits cracked. He felt his heart sink. All his hard work, nearly ruined in a single clumsy moment. He could have called it a night and thrown in the towel again. Instead, he took a deep breath, rolled up his sleeves, and got to work repairing it. By midnight, the device was working again. Better than before, in fact. On competition day, Leo watched the other students present their ideas. Some projects were impressive. Polished slideshows, elaborate models, rehearsed speeches. Leo started to feel his confidence on thin ice. His project looked simpler. But when his turn came, he spoke from the heart. He explained the problem clearly, demonstrated how his device worked, and answered every judge's question with genuine knowledge. One judge leaned forward and asked, "Why this problem? Why elderly medication reminders?" Leo paused. "Because my grandmother forgets her pills every week," he said quietly. "I built this for her." The room fell silent. In that moment, Leo had managed to hit the nail on the head. His solution was personal, practical, and powerful. The judges exchanged glances. After a tense hour of deliberation, the results were announced. Leo Rivera had won first place. The audience erupted, and Maya nearly knocked him over with her hug. His teacher, Mr. Okafor, who had long assumed Leo would rest on his laurels and coast through life, shook his hand warmly and said, "You've proven that a brilliant plan, delivered at the right moment, can turn the tables entirely." That evening, Leo sat on his porch and thought about everything that had happened. He had nearly let laziness get the better of him. But when the moment truly mattered, he had found the strength to push through. He picked up his notebook, the same blank one he had stared at in despair, and began writing down his next idea. Some people, he now understood, need to learn the hard way, and that's perfectly fine, as long as they actually learn. Message of the story. It is never too late to change, but change must be chosen. Leo's story teaches us that talent and intelligence alone are not enough. For years, he had the ability to succeed, but he wasted it through laziness and indifference. It was only when he faced real consequences that he truly woke up and chose to act. The story also shows us that hard work and smart thinking must go hand in hand. Leo did not win simply because he worked hard. He won because he combined effort with empathy and creativity. He identified a real problem, thought carefully about the solution, and built something that genuinely helped people. That combination, heart, mind, and determination, is what made his idea truly brilliant. Finally, the story reminds us that failure and setbacks are not the end. When Leo's prototype broke the night before the competition, he had a choice: give up or get back to work. He chose to fight on, and that decision made all the difference. Key lesson: don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, work hard, think creatively, and never give up, even when things fall apart. It is not where you begin that matters most, but how far you are willing to go. Now let's look at all 20 idioms from the story, what they mean, how they were used in the story, and how you can use them in your own life. 1. Sit on the fence. Meaning, to avoid making a decision or taking a side, to remain neutral when a choice is required. From the story, Leo would spend most of the lesson sitting on the fence, never truly committed to studying or goofing off, just drifting somewhere in between. Real-life example: the politician sat on the fence for weeks before finally announcing his position on the new tax policy. 2. Throw in the towel. Meaning, to give up or admit defeat, to stop trying because the situation seems too difficult. From the story, his teachers had long since thrown in the towel on trying to motivate him. Real-life example: after months of struggling with the failing business, she finally threw in the towel and closed the shop. 3. Come back to bite you. Meaning, when a past action or decision causes problems or trouble for you later. From the story, Maya would whisper, "Leo, one day this laziness is going to come back to bite you." Real-life example: he skipped the training sessions at work, and it came back to bite him when he failed the performance review. 4. Hit the ground running. Meaning, to start something quickly and energetically, with great enthusiasm and no wasted time. From the story, most students hit the ground running, diving into research the very same day the competition was announced. Real-life example: the new manager hit the ground running, reorganizing the entire team within her first week. 5. Drag one's feet. Meaning, to do something slowly and unwillingly, to delay taking action on purpose. From the story, Leo dragged his feet for 2 whole weeks, telling himself he would start tomorrow. Real-life example: the government has been dragging its feet on introducing new environmental regulations. 6. Be against the wall. Meaning, to be in a very difficult situation with no easy way out and very few options left. From the story, he stared at his blank notebook and realized the clock was against the wall. He had to act immediately. Real-life example: with debts piling up and no income, the small business owner had his back against the wall. 7. Burn the midnight oil. Meaning, to stay up very late working or studying, to put in extra effort late at night. From the story, Leo had to burn the midnight oil if he stood any chance at all, staying up until 2 a.m. researching problems in his community. Real-life example: the students burned the midnight oil the night before their final exams. 8. Think outside the box. meaning to think creatively and in unconventional ways, to go beyond usual or expected solutions. From the story. Rather than building something complicated from scratch, Leo decided to think outside the box and designed a simple, low-cost smart pill organizer. Real-life example. The company hired a creative consultant to help them think outside the box and attract younger customers. 9. Be in one's element. Meaning, to be in a situation where you feel most comfortable, confident, and able to perform at your best. From the story. For the first time in years, Leo was in his element, energized, focused, and excited about what he was creating. Real-life example. Put her in front of a classroom and she's completely in her element. She's a natural teacher. 10. Work against the clock. Meaning, to work very quickly because there is very little time left before a deadline. From the story. Leo worked against the clock every day after school, building a working prototype from spare parts. Real-life example. Rescue teams worked against the clock to reach survivors before the storm hit again. 11. Cut corners. Meaning, to do something in the quickest or cheapest way, often by skipping important steps or lowering quality. From the story. You used to cut corners on everything, Maya said. Now look at you. Real-life example. The contractor cut corners on the building materials, which led to serious safety problems later. 12. Go the extra mile. Meaning, to make more effort than is expected or required, to do more than the minimum. From the story. Something about this project made Leo want to go the extra mile. He wasn't satisfied with just good enough. Real-life example. Our customer service team always goes the extra mile to make sure every client is satisfied. 13. Call it a night. Meaning, to decide to stop what you are doing and go to bed or go home. To end an activity for the evening. From the story, he could have called it a night and thrown in the towel again when his prototype broke, but instead, he chose to keep going. Real-life example. After hours of rehearsing, the band finally decided to call it a night and continue practice the next day. 14. Roll up one's sleeves. Meaning, to prepare to work hard on a difficult task, to get ready to tackle a challenge with determination. From the story. Instead of giving up when his prototype broke, Leo rolled up his sleeves and got to work repairing it. Real-life example. It's time to stop talking about the problem and roll up our sleeves. There's a lot of work to be done. 15. Be on thin ice. Meaning, to be in a risky or uncertain situation where any mistake could have serious consequences. From the story. Leo started to feel his confidence on thin ice as he watched the other students' polished, impressive presentations. Real-life example. He was already on thin ice with his boss after missing 2 deadlines, so he couldn't afford another mistake. 16. Hit the nail on the head. Meaning, to describe something exactly correctly or to do something in precisely the right way. From the story. Leo had managed to hit the nail on the head. His solution was personal, practical, and powerful. Real-life example. Your analysis really hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what's been causing the problem. 17. Rest on one's laurels. Meaning, to stop making an effort and rely on past achievements or success instead of continuing to work hard. From the story. Mr. Okafor had long assumed Leo would rest on his laurels and coast through life without ever reaching his potential. Real-life example. After winning the championship last year, the team rested on their laurels and lost badly this season. 18. Turn the tables. Meaning, to completely reverse a situation, especially so that someone who was losing or at a disadvantage is now winning. From the story. You've proven that a brilliant plan, delivered at the right moment, can turn the tables entirely, Mr. Okafor told Leo. Real-life example. Down by 2 goals at halftime, the team turned the tables and won 3-2 in the second half. 19. Get the better of someone. Meaning, to defeat, overcome, or gain an advantage over someone, or for a feeling to take control of a person. From the story. Leo had nearly let laziness get the better of him, but at the last moment, he found the strength to push through. Real-life example. She tried to stay calm during the argument, but her frustration eventually got the better of her. 20. Learn the hard way. Meaning, to learn something through painful or difficult personal experience rather than from advice or warnings. From the story. Some people, Leo now understood, need to learn the hard way, and that's perfectly fine, as long as they actually learn. Real-life example. He ignored his doctor's advice about his diet and learned the hard way after ending up in hospital. And that's a wrap on today's video. You've just learned 20 idioms, all through one story, one character, and one brilliant last-minute plan. The best way to remember these idioms is to use them. So pick 2 or 3 of your favorites and try them in a sentence today. If this video helped you, please give it a like, share it with a friend who's learning English, and subscribe so you never miss a new lesson. See you on the next road. Bye for now.